Welcome to Guidelines for your iSearch paper, English 1010. In your assignment number 2, you'll be working on the body of your paper and your reference page. Your assignment basically says that you must include at least one research source documented using APA documentation, both in text and on your reference pages. This is what we are going to talk about. You also need to have at least 250 words. This paragraph is actually 141 words. So as you see, your document will not be extremely long. What is APA? APA is basically a style of writing research papers, and there's a manual that tells you exactly how to write it. When you document within the body of your paper, this is called in-text citations. For example, if I find some information from an article and I wish to use it and I don't want to change it, I want to use it directly as it is, I could set up my in-text citation the following ways. I could do it the first way with the author's name at the very beginning, Trey Martin, saying that he reported and giving his direct quote. I also make sure I put page number since I'm doing a direct quote. The second one is another way to do that. If I use that within my paper, that direct quote, then once again I will put the author's name, the year, and the page number. If I decide that I don't want to use a direct quote, but instead I want to do a summary or a paraphrase, remember, any information that you get that is not out of your own mind needs to be cited in your paper. For example, this one I used, Georgia's government is very important to over 62 plants and animals that are on the endangered species list. This time I did not directly quote the author Martin, however I did use his information. Therefore I will put his name and the date in which the article was written. Now there are words that you can use that will help you. You can say according to Martin, or Martin argues that. There are other verbs you can use, such as acknowledge or contend, maintain, respond, report, argue, conclude. All of these are very good words to use when using a direct quote within your paper. Your reference page. You know, you may read 10 articles, but only end up using 5 of them when you're doing your research. If so, you would not put all 10 references on your reference page. You would put only the references that you use within your paper when you did your in-text citations. Now, there are some APA templates online, but be careful when you're finding these. Make sure that it meets the APA standards. If you go to Word, and you go to Open New Document, you need to go to Microsoft Office Online, looking for their templates, and you simply just have to type in APA. There are a long list of APA. Please make sure you find one that says the 6th edition. And then you'll want to compare it to the APA manual to make sure you have chosen the correct one. You simply download it, and then you will have that template which you can work from on in your Word documents now, and just simply fill in your information using the template. If you get stuck, make sure you ask for help. This is a great website, OWL, which is the online writing lab at Purdue University. It has the APA manual and examples and ideas that you can use, and it's a great resource, so take advantage of it. You can use books when you are doing it. The way to find books is first you need to find the library catalog, and it is on the library homepage. Go to Current Students, click on the library link, click on Library Catalog when you get to the homepage. For example, here I decided to do a search for hunting. Type it in. It also will give me some other ideas. I can look at other ideas also that other people have typed in. Now once it comes up, I usually go to the left and I look to see what different formats that I can find it in. Do I need an article? Do I need a peer-reviewed article? Is it a book, an e-book? Do I need a video? Do I need a journal magazine? What type of information do I need? Well, in this case, I want to look just at books. So over on the left, notice I simply put a check mark just in the box that says books. I took all the check marks out of the rest of them, and the page will refresh itself. And once it does, I can simply click on the book that I'm interested in using. Once I click on it, it is going to bring me here, and it's going to tell me that it is available in our library. It is in our stacks. It's available, and this is the Library of Congress call number. This is how we put them on the shelf. So I will go to the SK340 section in order to find this book. If this book was checked out, it would tell you that. Status checked out, and it would tell you when it should be turned back into the library. You can also place a hold if you set up an account. If you set up an account, it's at the top of the page, and you can set it up. You need to use your 9100 number is your username. And then you would tell it that you need a new password because you had not set one up before. This library account will allow you to place holds. It will allow you to see what holds you have. It will allow you to see what books you have checked out when they're due. Now, this time I decided I wanted to look at an ebook. When I look at ebook, you need to look right underneath, and right here where it says View Now, you're going to click on that to be able to view the book. This takes me right into Galileo, where ours are located on the EBSCOhost site. And here I can read this book in its entirety. I just click on ebook full text, and I can start reading it entirely. I can also download it. If you click on this, it will tell you which devices that it can be downloaded to. This is just an example of the table of contents. I'm also showing you the ISBN number, and we'll talk about that when we get to EasyBib. So you might want to write down the ISBN number if you're using an ebook. Finding articles in the library catalog. Very similar to finding books. For example, here I was looking up sexual predators for our LEA program. I do a search. Once again, I want to make sure that the format that I'm looking for is I'm looking for full text articles. So I need to go back and click on that box. And when I click on that box, it lets me know that there are 460, there's 441 peer-reviewed. So if I need a peer-reviewed, that's the one that I would check. Now, here it says View Now. You'll notice now that I'm not looking also at Ogeechee Technical College. I couldn't find one there, so I have changed it so that I can look in the WorldCat libraries. If this is something that you need to do, if you can't find that article, then we can do an interlibrary loan for you. Don't wait till the night before, though, because they're not automatic. Give us a couple of days. When you click on View Now, it's going to go and find which database that we have that publication in, and in this case it doesn't really matter which one you click on. If it doesn't come up under one of the on this one, then just click and go through until you find the database that it's in. Once again, it takes you into Galileo. You can look at it HTML, you can look at PDF full text. Over here are different things that allow you to print, email, save, cite, export it. You can export it to EasyBib, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Okay. If I click on Cite It, notice I'm looking at the APA style. That's the one that I want. I could simply copy, cut, and paste this to put it on my reference page. Now we're going to take a look at EasyBib. EasyBib is a software that we recently bought, and it will help you with your report and with your reference page. You will create a new project. In this case, we named it English Practice. We're going to create it. So now I'm going to choose to do the bibliography. That's what EasyBib stands for. The bib stands for bibliography. This is the home page. When you come to the home page, it's going to ask you what are you trying to cite. A website, a book, newspaper, journal, database, and they actually now have 59 options. The options include things such as if you can do an interview, a live performance, digital image, scholarly reports, television, radio, just lots and lots of different types. Emails, these are other things that you can also cite. For example, if we decide to do a book, I can type in the title, but I like to type in the ISBN, and it just helps me find it a little bit easier. When you type it in, you may come up with more than one book. You need to look at the author, make sure it's the same author, make sure it's the same publisher, and then choose the correct copyright. If all of those are correct, simply click Select. Now when you do that, it brings up the citation, and it says, is all of this information correct? You need to always go through and look at this information to make sure you have everything in there. Then you're going to create your citation. Notice it has now put it in APA style, and this I could actually use for my paper. Let's take a look at a website. A website, you could basically you just need to copy and paste the URL. So for example here, I copied this website. It went ahead and put in the article for me. It put in the author. It put in the website title. It put in the URL. It put in the data accessed. It did not put when it was electronically published. So I would have to go and do that myself, and then I can create my citation. Notice it also tells me if that site I'm using is credible or not. Now the things that it didn't find was when I did the one that I showed you, Yellowstone oil spill. I've got to put that in. Notice this is not capitalized, this is not capitalized. Then I had to put in the author's name. Then I also had to go and find when it was electronically published. Now the nice thing about, beside these red boxes, when you're in that area, there is a help box, and the help box can help you with that. If you need some help, you just click on it and it's going to take you through some information to help you decide what you need for that. It does have information literacy on it. For example, it says Wikipedia is not credible, and it tells you why and shows you the criteria that it established to decide whether they are credible or not. You can also do a manual entry. You can also import citations from databases. The best thing to do to learn how to do that is go watch these YouTube videos, but you can do that anywhere from any of the Galileo articles. You can upload the citation. EasyBib also now has a research tab. So notice we're in the bibliography tab because it's blue. We're going to go over to this research tab. Once you go to the research tab, it just basically asks you, what are you researching? You type in, for example, here I was looking for children in poverty. And notice also over here on the left, it found different things: websites, online databases, journal articles, newspaper articles, and I can choose any of those. I clicked and found a scholarly project that I wanted. And when I clicked on the title, it took me directly to that website. When I go back to EasyBib, if I decide, yes, that's definitely exactly what I wanted, I'm going to use that in my paper, if I click Cite This, it's going to fill in all the information that it found, and I will scroll all the way down to the bottom, and I will click Create Citation if everything that that they put in looks like it is correct. And it will start giving me a list of all the things I've chosen for my bibliography. Now, in order to use it and to put it on a paper, you just simply you can save it as a Google Doc. You can print it as a Word doc. If I click Print Word doc, it's going to ask me to click here to download my bibliography for MS Word. I click on that. It's going to ask me if I want to open, save it, or save as. In this case, I'm going to open it just so we can take a look at it. Okay, when I open it, notice here is my information that I found out. It has it in APA style. I did kind of just go, go and look and make sure everything is correct. EasyBib does a really good job, but if you do something that's not right, it may not catch it. So it's going to cite it just how you tell it to create that citation. So make sure you always kind of double check with APA. Now, in order to begin using EasyBib, you will need to set up an account, and you will need to be on campus. If you're a student who is not on campus, simply send us an email and we will set the account up for you and send you all your information. Just simply go to www.easybib.com to create an account. It's very easy. Go in and tell us you want to register. Sign in through EasyBib. You need your email address and your password. And then you're ready to get started on your new project. If you need help, please contact us at your library, your one unique resource. We're in the Kennedy Building, room 348. You can contact us at 912-871-1886, or also you can email us at library@ogeechitech.edu. As I said, please come check us out if you have any questions.